After leaving Kody, Robyn Brown decided a move back to Utah was best. She and her new husband David Woolley set down roots there and seem incredibly happy. But is it possible her return to Utah will come back to haunt her? Some Sister Wives fans think Robyn might be better off in another part of the country instead. Read on and see what others have to say. A viewer thinks Robyn Brown made a mistake moving to Utah. Right now, Robyn Brown Woolley is living her best life with her husband David in Utah. But was that the right move for the reality star? Robyn and her future with OG kids, one Redditor shared on the Sister Wives forums. Okay, so hear me out, fam. Now that both Peyton and Mykelti have defected to North Carolina, I wanted to discuss. I feel like Robyn has somewhat hurt herself. She became very enamored with her redemption arc and unnecessarily rushed this relationship with David, the OP continued. Obviously, she could not have foreseen the awful tragedy of Garrison. But all the grandkids now live in NC, as does her only biological son. Janelle, who is being depicted as a side character on the show this season, is the one mom who of course is doubling down on her family and relationships with all the OG kids. The OP went on to insist they feel glad Robyn and David found love together. However, he has many children and grandchildren of his own in Utah, meaning he isn't likely willing to go to North Carolina on holidays. And after Garrison's tragic death, most of the original Brown family children probably just want to focus on their own lives and relationships with each other. My point is I see perhaps Janelle, who doesn't seem to care about her Prince Charming, being devoted to all the kids and grandkids, may become the matriarch of the OG family, they concluded. Sister Wives viewers offer up their own opinions. It's a tough situation to analyze. Some Redditors thought the OP was onto something while others thought they were reading too much into it. Other viewers wrote, "Is it possible that the kids with children just want to be close to their siblings with kids? They all admit that they loved growing up as one big family, so maybe they're trying to recreate that in a healthy way for their own kids." Robyn does a lot of trips to NC, and she will continue. All of her kids have said they love seeing their mom happy. She has 3 bio daughters living close to her, and the Las Vegas kids come up all the time, and if possible the kids with kids will visit too. I agree with everything but your last point. Janelle will only be the matriarch by default since a majority of those adult kids are in NC and so is she. But once Robyn strolls into town, I think things will fall into place fairly quickly. Robyn is much more motherly, in my opinion. What do you think about the situation? Will Robyn gradually lose her spot as the family matriarch? Share your own ideas in the comments below. Catch the new episode of Sister Wives at 10 p.m. Eastern Time this Sunday night on TLC. Be sure to keep following TV shows Ace for more news and updates on the Brown family. Robyn Brown's decision to move back to Utah has been a major talking point for Sister Wives fans. After years of living in Flagstaff, Arizona, where she had tried to maintain her place in Kody Brown's polygamous family, Robyn's move seemed like a bold step toward independence. But was it a big mistake, as some fans suggest? For years, Robyn had struggled with her relationship with Kody. Their bond was strained, and Robyn's longing for emotional support and fulfillment was evident in many scenes. She openly expressed her discontent with being in a plural marriage that didn't provide her the kind of affection and validation she craved. Kody's shifting attention, especially as his relationship with Robyn grew stronger, left Robyn feeling isolated and neglected. The move to Utah appeared to be a way for Robyn to find herself, reconnect with her children, and create a life outside of the family dynamic that had long been the source of her unhappiness. However, some fans argue that Robyn's decision to move back to Utah was a huge mistake. For one, the move has led to further separation from Kody and the rest of the family, particularly after the emotional weight of her breakup with him. Though Christine has insisted she feels liberated and happier in Utah, there is a clear sense of loss in the family dynamic. Her children's relationships with their siblings and Kody have inevitably been affected, and the emotional cost of severing these connections can't be ignored. For some viewers, the idea of Christine leaving what she had built for years, her life, her family, and even her own identity, raises questions about whether the sacrifice was worth it. There is also the issue of Christine leaving Arizona, where she had built a life in a city where the Browns had lived together for a long time. While Utah may be a fresh start, some wonder if the move wasn't made out of frustration rather than a well-thought-out plan for her future. Could Christine have worked through her issues with Kody in a more constructive way? Would staying put and attempting to reconcile the family have been a better option in the long run? Ultimately, Christine's move to Utah may have been a turning point for her personal growth, but its impact on the larger family unit cannot be ignored. Whether it proves to be a mistake or a necessary step for her own happiness remains to be seen. Only time will tell how this move affects the future of the Browns.